Wow, the New York Knicks make yet another move. Yesterday, they bring in Landry Shamet. Today, we got breaking news this morning. Malcom Brogden is a New York Knicks signed to a one-year contract heading into training camp. We got a lot of things we got to talk about because the New York Knicks are loading up the bench, and it's going to be an interesting discussion to have during preseason, during training camp of who's going to make this roster for the New York Knicks. Knicks fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments of this news because when I saw Landry Shamet get signed yesterday, I thought that was it. But no, the Knicks saw Malcom Brogden available, somebody that has so much experience in this league, a point guard that is defensive, has playmaking ability, can score. I mean, this is a guy that is all in to win right now. I think he's going to provide a big impact on this Knicks team off the bench if he does make this roster. You guys let me know your thoughts. We're going to dive deep into Malcom Brogden and everything you need to know about him in this video. So let's get straight into business. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button if you did not already on your way into Knicks Media, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, but don't forget to comment your thoughts. I love hearing what you guys have to say down below in the comments section whenever the Knicks make some breaking news. Now, Malcom Brogden, 32 years old, was with the Washington Wizards last season and put up 12.7 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 4.1 assists on 43.3% shooting from the field. This is that savvy veteran. Like, you look at the Knicks bench now. We talked about it in yesterday's video. It is as deep as it's ever been. I mean, I've never seen a bench unit this deep in my life as a Knicks fan. You love the starting five, but now this bench unit is absolutely stacked. You got Jordan Clarkson, Yabusele, you brought it in free agency in the summer. You got Deuce McBride still. You still got Mitchell Robinson. You got all the young guys entering year number 2 from last year's draft class. And now you add in Malcom Brogden, who is a solid veteran. That is a winning basketball player in this league. I absolutely love this, man. I mean, this is somebody that can absolutely be a really good backup behind Jalen Brunson. But the question is, I mean, there's so many guys that's going to be even competing for that backup spot behind Jalen Brunson. Deuce McBride, Jordan Clarkson. I mean, now Malcom Brogden, Tyler Kolek even. Like, the Knicks are really doing everything they possibly can to get the most experience you possibly can off the bench because you can tell that Leon Rose feels like this is the year to go all in to win a championship. They bring in Mike Brown, and if Mike Brown can get this team loaded up and playing really efficient basketball early on this season, I really do believe that this Knicks basketball team is on the way to have a fantastic season for the New York Knicks. Now, he only played in 24 games last year with the Washington Wizards. He was with the Portland Trail Blazers 2 years ago, then with Boston. We all know his trajectory as a basketball player, but he's a consistent scorer. He's never had a season scoring less than 10 points per game, okay? I mean, the lowest points total he's ever had in his career was his rookie year with Milwaukee back in 2016, which was 10.2 points per game. Ever since then, he's been putting up around 15 points per game. This is someone that you can rely on to come in off the bench, and you got Jordan Clarkson and Malcom Brogden as your backcourt with Deuce McBride. Like, wow. And Landry Shamet. Like, it's kind of mind-blowing how deep this Knicks roster has become. And I think if you want to talk about the weaknesses of the Knicks last season heading into the year, it was the depth off the bench. But now you can say this is an absolute strength for the New York Knicks. I think this is a massive signing. I don't know who's going to make this team. You guys let me know who you think is going to make it because obviously the Knicks are not going to be able to keep everybody on this roster heading into the NBA season. That's why training camp is going to be very interesting. That's why preseason is going to be very important to see who makes this overall basketball team. But at the end of the day, with this addition of Malcom Brogden, I would be shocked to see him not make the team. And Mike Brown is someone that loves to go deep in the bench. He loves to play a lot of guys, keep everybody fresh. And I think that may be the change of philosophy, which is why the Knicks wanted to make that change of the head coach position in the first place. Tom Thibodeau's philosophy is not going deep into the bench. It's always those short rotations. And I'm sure Leon Rose and Worldwide West in the front office was thinking to themselves, if we want to be able to contend with guys like the Indiana Pacers, even though they're injured this season, but those teams that have deep benches, we were never able to contend with them in the playoffs because our guys were just burnt. And that's what the big concern was with Tom Thibodeau. But now with him gone and Mike Brown becoming the Knicks head coach and them adding all of these veterans, like they brought in 4 pieces, including Landry Shamet and Malcom Brogden, Jordan Clarkson, and Yabusele in the summer that you could argue could be the Knicks bench. But you can't forget they still got Mitch, they still got Deuce, and they still got all the young guys coming in from last year's draft class. And you got the starting 5 with Josh Hart, Cat, OG, Bridges, and Brunson. Like, This is really unbelievable, man. I mean, this is easily the most stacked roster I think the Knicks have had heading into a season in a long, long time. Last year, heading into training camp, it was a whirlwind because the Knicks made that blockbuster trade for Cat, and all of a sudden, Knicks fans are like, whoa, that came out of nowhere. Goodbye, Randall. Goodbye, Dante. And then we were worried about the depth. But now, you look at it, you're like, wait a second. The Knicks extended Mikal Bridges this summer. We got this entire team locked up long-term. Cat's here for another 3 years. Brunson's here long-term. OG's here long-term. I mean, the continuity is working in the Knicks' favor. You know, Mitchell Robinson, I believe, is entering a contract year. Interesting to see if the Knicks want to give him a contract extension. If they want to keep him long-term, who knows? But you look at this Knicks team, the continuity is definitely going to be in the favor of this basketball team. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. Want to give a big shout out to Sleeper, as they are the proud sponsor of Knicks Media all season long. I'm excited to get into some basketball bets, but until then, we got to talk about football bets. If you guys want to get a 100% match up to $100, don't forget to use my code Knicks. This is my parlay I cooked up for this Sunday's games between the New York Giants and the New York Jets. The Giants are taking on the Cowboys, and the Jets are taking on the Buffalo Bills. If you want to trail me, go ahead. If you want to make your own bets, go check out Sleeper, link in the description. You guys get a 100% match up to $100 by using my code Knicks. Terms and conditions apply, of course. Legal in 25 states. Please bet responsibly. Now, when it comes to training camp, when it comes to preseason, my eyes are on the rotation because now that we have a brand new coaching staff with Mike Brown here, I'm really interested to see how Mike Brown goes out there, who's the starting five, who are the first people off the bench, and you can't really tell just from the preseason. Obviously, when the regular season comes, that's when it's going to be, but it's going to be such a change of philosophy than us Knicks fans are what we're used to, which is why I'm really intrigued by it, because I'm looking at this roster, folks, and there's literally not a weakness. There really isn't. I mean, the defensive ability that Brogden brings off the bench is absolutely fantastic. You need that versatility. You know, Jordan Clarkson, he's not a defensive player. He's pure offense, right? Deuce McBride is your defensive guy off the bench as well. And Landry Shamet, he brings that 3-and-D. The Knicks got to prioritize defense with Mike Brown being that offensive-minded guy, which is why they wanted to bring in Malcom Brogden to go out there and compete and try to make this roster. I'm predicting him to make the roster. We shall see. And the fact that the Knicks are able to add all these players and still be able to pay everybody and be under the CBA and be under the second apron. Leon Rose is playing chess out there, and that's why you got to give a shout-out to Mikal Bridges. He took a pay cut this summer. Jalen Brunson took a pay cut last year. All these guys that took pay cuts, that's allowing this Knicks team to be aggressive and sign these veterans that are available in free agency because there's so many guys that were available for the Knicks to grab before training camp. Quentin Grimes was out there. Malcom Brogden, of course, who they just signed. Landry Shamet was available. Russell Westbrook was an option. Ben Simmons, which I never wanted, by the way. But there's a lot of guys that are still unsigned heading into the NBA training camp, which is right around the corner. So I love this move. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. And let's go Knicks, baby. Knicks basketball right around the corner. And I'll be here making videos all throughout the season here on Knicks Media. Much love to Knicks Nation. I'm out.